This cute little fabric remnant I recently purchased for $1, and we're gonna go ahead and line one of the crochet bags that I made semi recently. It's a little pink bag. I'll put a picture right here. The ends are a woven end. I've even ran it through the wash and pressed it with my iron, and it's good to go. So I'm really excited to line it with some of this cotton. Okay, so we're here. I got my iron and anything that I would possibly need. I got my little fabric bag that we're going to try to line today. So this is my first time lining a bag with actual cotton fabric. See, there is definitely an imperfection here. This right here cinches because this was my starting chain and I actually didn't make the purse wide enough when I did it. If I pull it, you can't really tell. There is that imperfection there. Other than that, it's really cute. You throw it on. Cute little bag. Definitely just like for going out. It's really small. I should have purchased a zipper as well, but it's not a huge deal. I'm not going to sell it or anything like I said because of this. I'm really just going to cut in the shape of the bag. And I don't even know how much fabric. It tells you on there how much you're getting, but I did not look at it. I saw $1 and I said, oh yeah. So good amount of fabric. Just throw this on top here. And can it fit this way? It can. I'm so surprised. I think that is how we are going to go about this. Seems like there's no really right way to the fabric. I think to make this most easiest for myself, because this is together here, so, and it's folded, and I was just going to kind of use that advantage, and then I was just going to cut like so. I think I'll give myself a little extra allowance here, a ½ inch above. So this is very free-handed, very like no exact science to this at all whatsoever. I'm just going to go for it. Doing my best to stay about a ½ inch away. That's what we have left. That's all fine and dandy. That's how that's looking. And so I'm just going to flip this like this inside out, and we're going to press it because I have this line here and I don't really want that. And yeah, so all I'm going to do is just press it inside out, so when I sew the sides, you won't see the seam. Just kind of lining this up best I can. It's definitely not exact, like this side looks shorter than this side, but I'm just going to press it before I cut anything else on here. Definitely wish I had grabbed a zipper because I could have just sewn the zipper into the top here. Press this together best we can. That looks good to me. Take this to the sewing machine. I'm going to go fairly close to the edge because, as you remember, it was like very on the nose of like the width. So I'm just going to go as far out to the edge as possible here. It's a straight line. Put it on two in the middle. Else should be good. We'll see though. You never know how the sewing machine is going to be. And I've got my little pedal down here. I don't think you're supposed to be sewing standing up like this too, so don't try this at home. Okay, perfect. Okay, ready, go. I went a little forward. I'm going to go a little back. Lock in my stitch there, and let's go all the way down. Now I'm going to go back a little bit and forward until I get off the fabric. Lift my pressure foot. Okay, I don't know what just happened. Something broke here, but we did get the stitch all the way down, front and back, and then as you can see, when we open it, we're not going to see anything on the inside of our bag, so that's nice. To the other side. First, let me figure out what happened to my thread. Okay, you guys, there it is. From here, I'm going to hand sew. So, but I do want to press this down. So let's go back to our ironing board. just gonna cut off the excess threads. So the reason why I want to come back here, I want to press this down like this, and that's just gonna give me a nicer edge when I'm sewing it into my bag. So I'm just going to go like this, and I'm gonna do them on both sides, kind of just fold it that, and then that's how I'm gonna start it. It's just a square bag. This would be way easier. I do have a crochet square bag that I can line. I kind of forgot about it though until just now, so whoops. Trickiest part for me at least is doing this curved. But and then sometimes what you can do, actually, I just remembered from my sewing days, is you can actually kind of clip this a little bit and it'll fold easier. Let's see if that worked. Yep, it did. And I will clip this side as well. Almost done here. This is definitely the most tedious part, is pressing with sewing. Like, things that nobody tells you about sewing, like you will be using a lot the iron, like it's the only way. I'm gonna just clip these little ends off here. Now everything is nice and straight, well, minus this curve obviously, but we need that. And then hand sew the rest, so we'll bring it back over to our desk. Okay, so we have our bag and our inside pouch, and okay, we're gonna turn our bag inside out. Great, it's inside out. Now that it's inside out, we're gonna put this right side. So I'm gonna flip this right side. Oh, that. Cute. What I can do now is put this over this. I'm putting my bag in here. My bag that I flipped inside out. And I can either use pins or a clipper. You know, we really don't actually need to use anything, but I'm just gonna fill this out, and I'm gonna try to align. So now it's like my bag is inside out and I can sew my lining in. So once I flip it back, we're gonna have it how it's meant to be. Again, don't do that yet though. This is how we're looking. And I'm just going to do my best here to align everything up. I do have some clips, so I am going to use them. Okay, here's some clips. And I'm going to start with the edges. So I'm going to align the line on the side of the bag to the line on the side of the bag lining. I'm trying to make it pretty. And I'm going to go just under my crab stitch border that I did for the last row there. We'll clip it on. I'll clip it to either side of the strap just to make sure it's good on there. To the other side. I'm kind of just like folding this little thing, this extra down. You can cut it if you want, but I'm just going to fold it and then sew over it. And let's go ahead and clip that to the either side of the bag. And already it's looking good. Let's try to figure out where the middle of this is and pin it to the middle of our bag. Middle and the middle. See, there's like, it feels like the crochet part is bigger. That's okay. Once we flip it back out, it's not going to be like that. So if you have kind of like these little bends in the fabric or like extra wrinkles, it's okay. I'm still going to pin the middle of this to the middle of the bag. Now I could probably throw this onto my sewing machine. I'm just a little too spooked. I've never done it before. If you guys think I should try it, go ahead and comment below and I will totally test that on my sewing machine for you guys. Okay, that's how it looks. Now I can go ahead and grab just like a regular sewing needle. I just have this little like kind of cheapo one from Dollar General probably. I'm not sure, but I just want to go through it. And it's pink, so it'll match the bag. If I was trying to do a more like heavy duty bag, I would probably use a more heavy duty thread, but this is probably just going to be like phone and keys kind of a bag. And then I'm going to start on the edge. You can really start anywhere, but I like to start on the edge because then you can start on the seam and kind of hide your knot there. Just going to go all the way through. And I'm going to pull a bunch of thread through. I don't know how much I'm going to need. I'll probably start with about 3 feet. And then if that's not enough, I'll just have to knot it off and put more. That's just how I sew. You don't have to do it like this. There's so many ways to do it, but this is how I'm doing it. So I'm just leaving a little tail there of thread. And then I'm going to go, I think I'm going to go this way, keeping in mind that I do need to take into account any extra that I have here. Okay, so we are on that side, so we're going to come back this way. At this point, you can like knot these two together, but I'm just going to knot it when I get back around to the other side. And you can actually kind of do like this as well if you don't want to go in and out, which makes it a little easier. And I'm doing pretty wide stitching because, like I said, this doesn't have to be so heavy duty at all. It's more for cuteness. Let's zoom in and see if you can see my stitches so far. So I have one there and one there. Going into the next part of where I want my thread to go. I'm going to remove this since I need to put a stitch there. And I can even put my clip back on if I want to. Now, will you see the sewing on the outside of the bag? Maybe if you look like really close, but you can kind of see it right there. But it's pretty hidden, so we don't really gotta worry. And if you did like smaller stitching too, not these super wide stitches how I'm doing, you would see it even less. Now we're on the other side of our bag, so we're about halfway done. I'm at the end of my bag where I can now tie these two together. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. My starting one with my ending one. Just a simple knot will do the trick. I'm gonna tie a 3 knot, three times. There we go. And I'm just going to cut my yarn or my thread, sorry. And that is it. Okay, you guys, how cool is that? Let's take my clips off. And we can flip it inside out. And that's, oh, I forgot a clip. And that's it. Not heavy duty. It's not going to hold really heavy, but there's really not enough room to put anything heavy in there. And let's go try it on. So fun. I really do love it. Let's throw some things in there like my phone. And you can almost barely even see the imperfection there. What else can I throw in there? I'm just going to throw random things. My guitar capo, my mouse. Now we don't got to worry about things falling through, so we can put lots of cool things. The bag was definitely a success, so I'm happy about that. Send that off to my sister. And yeah, that's it for this vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell if you want to. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!